Good afternoon and welcome to today's episode. I'm Sir Gerald, and today we're going to look at the Premier League, English Premier League. Of course, we had a game yesterday night where West Ham won 2-1 against Luton, and there was a controversial penalty which wasn't given, but that's a story for another day. So today we'll have an early kickoff. That will be Sheffield United hosting Everton at the Bramall Lane. We'll have Brentford playing against Bournemouth. We'll have Burnley playing against Spurs, and of course Chelsea welcoming Nottingham Forest. Then we'll have Manchester City playing against Fulham, and of course Brighton playing against Newcastle. And tomorrow we'll have 3 games. That will be Crystal Palace playing against Wolves, Liverpool hosting Aston Villa, and of course the match of the day will be Arsenal against Manchester United, and that will be a very entertaining football, a game full of aggression, game full of managerial tactics, and of course we'll have a lot of fun moments from the game. And going swiftly into the analysis of today's game, of course we have Sheffield United against Everton, and I'm going to do the predictions. Of course these will be my own predictions, and Sheffield United against Everton will be a tough game, of course, because Everton actually hasn't scored a goal in the Premier League, and their first goal actually came against Doncaster in the EFL Cup the other day, where they won 2-1. So today Sheffield United will look to win their first game, of course, the Premier League since their promotion, and I'm tipping them to win 1-0 against Everton, though Everton have a new striker, though I feel Sheffield United will triumph. Brentford against Bournemouth. This will also be a very entertaining football, and of course we have seen Fulham, we have seen Bournemouth, playing some entertaining football, playing some high press football, but so far they've not been able to win as they should. But today I think they will give Brentford a hard time at the GT Community Stadium. But overall, I think Brentford has a good squad, and of course they have a good manager. Of course, both clubs have good managers, but I like Brentford's manager. He's good he's good tactically, and he's been in the Premier League for a lot of the time, and of course he knows 1 or 2 things about winning in the Premier League. So today I'm tipping Brentford to win against Bournemouth. After that, of course, we have Burnley against Tottenham Hotspur, and of course Vincent Kompany's team hasn't won any single game since their promotion to the Premier League, and of course they have been playing some good football. The opener against Manchester City was one kind of football that showed us that they are well prepared to battle it out with the rest of the teams in the Premier League. Though they didn't win, but we saw something. We saw a team eager to win, we saw a team pressing aggressively, we saw a team tactically astute. And of course Ange Postecoglou's Spurs have been having a very different kind of football at their stadium. Of course the last good football they watched was under Mauricio Pochettino, and with due respect to Jose Mourinho and of course Antonio Conte, but I feel Tottenham will have a new path. You look at the signings and you look at the path they are taking with Ange Postecoglou, you feel that they will have a very good season. If they don't finish in the top 4, of course they will have something to build on come next season. And today I think this will be a tough game, because Burnley will be looking to win, and of course Vincent Kompany is not just a young manager. He is someone whom we saw dominate the championship last season, and of course he has good tactics. He's a Pep region on his own. So today I think both teams will score, but Tottenham Hotspur will triumph. I think Tottenham will win 2-1 in this game. That is my prediction for the game. And of course Chelsea against Nottingham Forest at the Stamford Bridge. It will be quite unfortunate for Nottingham Forest not to have their top player, that is Brennan Johnson, who joined Tottenham Hotspur yesterday during the deadline transfer in in Europe, in the English Premier League. And of course, Awoni is firing. He's scored, I think, in the last 4 games he's played, he scored a goal. Chelsea, on the other hand, are playing some quality football since the season began under Pochettino. Today at the Stamford Bridge, I think they will play again better than they played last Friday. Of course, they won. I think Sterling is back on form. We saw Enzo Fernandez getting his first goal against Wimbledon in the EFL Cup. So maybe today he will want to score at least in the Premier League, and of course make a mark from today. And we will have maybe Mudryk having his first start, maybe, but we don't know. But I think today this game will be interesting. Nottingham Forest have made a lot of signings, but of course a lot of them won't be playing today because they weren't registered in time to feature today. But they have a good squad. They have Elanga from Manchester United there, though he's yet to start a game for Nottingham, though he's been coming on as a substitute and doing well. They have a rejuvenated midfield and of course fullbacks and a keeper. Of course, they have Matt Turner from Arsenal, who's elevated the number 1 post, of course, number 1 spot for them. And I think today they will score a goal, if not 2. And of course, I think Chelsea will win because Chelsea, in as much as we are still judging them based on their last campaign that was for last season, but I think that that's unfair to do because they have picked up. They've made some quality signings in Caicedo, of course. And of course they've added other players, quality players, and they have a good manager, of course. So today I think Chelsea will win 3-1, and I think Enzo Fernandez will score. Manchester City against Fulham. This is yet another interesting game. We are yet to see Manchester City, the reigning champions, of course, firing as they did last season, but they have started as slowly. But this is Pep Guardiola's team. You know, Pep Guardiola is just Pep Guardiola. He will tinker around and, of course, find a rhythm for his team. So today, I hope we'll see Nunez play his first game, making his debut, of course. But we can't say it as a surety because we never know. And of course, we hope to see Guardiola playing again as a fullback, and of course, we hope to see John Stones coming back from injury because we've missed something that we saw last season when he was playing as a midfielder alongside Rodrigo. So today, Fulham without Paulinho because he was to sign for Bayern Munich, but unfortunately something happened in the dying hours and the deal collapsed. So we don't hope to see him in the lineup today because of course you understand traveling and everything. But Fulham will have a good game today, though unfortunately they might not win against the reigning champions. I think Manchester City will win 4-1. And Brighton versus Newcastle United. This is yet again another entertaining game today at 7:30 p.m. Eastern African time. Newcastle didn't have quite a good game over the weekend against Liverpool, against 10-man Liverpool actually. Liverpool pulled a comeback and won 2-1. And the Magpies, I think, will want to work on their mistakes that they committed over the weekend. Brighton also lost over the weekend to West Ham 4-1. But I think today they will want to prove a point. We saw them signing Ansu Fati from Barcelona on loan until the end of the season, though with no buyback option. Today I think we'll see less goals in this game, even though last season Newcastle won in the second leg against Brighton. But today I think we'll see either a 1-1 draw or a 2-0 win to Brighton. Those will be the games that we'll have today, and of course tomorrow we'll have 3 games. That is Crystal Palace against Wolves, Liverpool welcoming Aston Villa, and of course the big match of the day will be Arsenal at Emirates against Manchester United. Crystal Palace against Wolves will be a very good game to watch, and of course Wolves have signed a new midfielder, though he might not feature tomorrow because maybe he was registered late for the Premier League, so he might not feature against Palace tomorrow. Palace, on the other hand, will want to win, and of course I feel this game will end on a draw of 1-1. Liverpool against Aston Villa, this will be another interesting game to watch, and of course just like I said last week, we are seeing another thing in number 8. We have Szoboszlai playing as an 8, but he's having some features which we haven't seen in a quite long time. That is a dribbling number 8. So tomorrow, I think this game will have a lot of goals. Of course, both teams will concede, but it will be an interesting game to watch. It will be a game full of a heated atmosphere. That in terms of fan bases, of course, we'll have the cop firing the team to win, and of course, I feel Liverpool will edge it against Aston Villa and win 3-1. Arsenal versus Manchester United. There have been a lot of discussions, and of course every fan bases have always felt that their managers have not been doing something great for the past 2 game weeks. Arteta has used Thomas Partey as a fullback for the past 2 games, which has brought a lot of discussions among the fan base. For Manchester United, I think the midfield is yet to gel, and they are yet to tick. That is Bruno Fernandes, Mason Mount, and of course Casemiro. And of course Mason Mount is out with an injury until after the international break. That is after next weekend. So I think Eriksen will come in because Amrabat wasn't registered early enough to feature today. Højlund will make his debut against Arsenal tomorrow, according to Ten Hag during the presser. And of course, we are hoping to see Reguilón making his debut tomorrow, though I think he will start. Ten Hag will start with Diogo Dalot as a left back. For Arsenal, I think tomorrow we'll see the squad we saw last season, because Zinchenko is back to full training. Of course, he featured last weekend against Fulham. We might see Gabriel Jesus starting the game, though I think Edin Kete is ahead of him right now, but he's back from injury. He is yet to get the rhythm, but we are hoping for the best. This game will have a lot of goals, according to me. I think there will be a lot more than 4 goals tomorrow, or 3 or 5. You never know. This is Arsenal versus Manchester United. And of course, it's always a kind of a rivalry since the Arsene Wenger, Alex Ferguson days. I think Arsenal will win 3-2 tomorrow at the Emirates. United are yet to win at the Emirates since 2017 and Jose Mourinho, where Manchester United won in a tight game where David De Gea had 17 saves in the game. Arsenal had the best of the best performances, but they didn't win. So I think United will fight to get a win for the first time since 2017, but Arsenal, they are a team that every other team is afraid of in the Premier League, and of course they are back in the Champions League. We never know. I think they will win 3-2 tomorrow. So guys, that is my prediction for this game week, and of course I'm hoping to do more of these predictions as after in the international break. We'll have a lot more discussions, not only just making predictions. We'll have a lot more discussions based on the English Premier League, and of course La Liga and the Italian Serie A and Kenyan Premier League. Thank you. You subscribe to Sir Gerald Media, Sir_Gerald Media on YouTube. Like, share with your friends, and have a nice weekend.